So I just wanted to show you guys a little glimpse of what's actually going on at the end of this video here, to show you that there's light at the end of the tunnel. This is how we have it running, 5 at once, no problem here. We can control them all at once, super easy. There you go. Feel free to watch the rest of the video here to figure out how to do this. Hey everyone, Mega7 here. How we doing today? Welcome to another Dragalia Lost video. I'm sorry I'm pumping these out, but information changes as we speak. So what I'm going to show you how to do today is how to re-roll with like 5 instances at once, or whatever your computer can handle. This also works if you're in Canada or Europe or anything like that. So we're gonna start right from the bottom and go right from the top. You can see I have my setup going already. I have quite a few instances ready, and I couldn't imagine re-rolling on games like this without an emulator. And again, I do not recommend it. I do not condone it. I don't endorse it. So I'm just putting this out there because I know people are going to try to figure out how to do it. So here you go. You never know what a developer is going to do, but in general, as long as you're not doing anything super fishy, it should be safe. So what you're going to need is LD Player. I think it works with other emulators as well, but I really just recommend LD Player right now. It seems to be the super stable one. Just do a Google search for LD Player. I also have another video that I just put out that shows you how to download it if you really need that help. But you should be able to just Google LD Player, download, install it here, and you want to open the file called LD Multiplayer. You don't want to open up whatever else there is. So to show we're starting from the start, we're going to hit new/clone at the bottom, and we're just going to hit new player. This starts a completely fresh instance here. We're then going to click this wheel, this settings cog, and we're not going to click concede for once. So what I like to do, I like to go to mobile here and go to the lowest possible, just to try to get your settings as low as you can, so this takes less data or less processing power, less memory on your computer. So that's what I do there. I also change this depending on what I'm doing, so keep that in mind if your account is going kind of slow here. So we've got that done. We're just gonna start it up here, and this will take a second. I hate that it opens up on my other monitor. So here we go. It will get stuck on 94% for like 20 seconds. Don't worry about that. So let's just chill out and wait here. Also, a couple of these steps are kind of finicky. It seems like sometimes they work and sometimes they don't, and sometimes I just had to reinstall until it worked. So keep that in mind. If something goes wonky here, things are changing as we speak, but in general it should be approximately the same strategy. So as you can see, we are stuck at 94%. There we go. We're loading. This is wonderful. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do here, we're just going to open up apps here. We're going to open up our browser. We're going to search for Dragalia Lost APK Mirror. I spelled mirror wrong, but luckily Google has our back. We're going to click on that there. And as it loads, we can just scroll down to the bottom. We can hit download APK. And it starts a download up, and I will be back once this finishes here. We can follow this up here. Oh, okay, it's gonna be like 3 seconds, so we'll just chill and wait. And again, you can do everything within the browser, within the LD player now. So download complete here. That's pretty cool. We're gonna click on it. We're going to hit install. And we're just gonna chill again and wait. A lot of this is waiting, and this is one of the glorious parts of re-rolling on an emulator. You don't have to use up your data as much. You can bypass the 1.5 gigs or 3.5 gigs, whatever it is, to do the install pretty easily this way. And you can't do it on mobile devices as far as I know, especially on iOS. I don't think you can do it on iOS. So I'm gonna just wait here. I'll be right back when this is done installing. Okay, the app is installed here. We're going to try to open it, and we're going to get an error here. This is one of the things people get stuck on, so this will hopefully help. This device is not authorized to play this game, so there's a couple things you need to do. So let's just close everything here. The first thing you need to do, we go to System Apps here, then we go to Settings. We then scroll all the way down to Apps. And we find Google Play Services, and honestly, sometimes this doesn't show up for me. I think it downloads in the background, so if this isn't here, just continue on with this process and come back to this later when you run into an issue. because the first time I did this, this wasn't here. So we're going to select it. We're going to hit disable. We're going to hit OK. We're going to hit OK. We're going to hit manage device administrators. We're going to hit find my device, get rid of that. We're going to hit deactivate. We're going to hit disable here again. We're going to delete disable. You want to replace OK. And now we're uninstalling. A lot of weird settings there, but just follow that uninstall button and keep going until it works. Next up here, we're just going to click force stop just to be safe. Hit OK there. And then we're going to close this window up. Next thing we have to do, up at this little top, we have a menu item. We want to hit that. Go to settings here, go back to basic, and we want to disable root permissions. You will absolutely not get this running without that disabled, and then we'll restart now. Give it a second here. This game is amazing, by the way, so far. The amount they put into this game, as long as they keep putting updates in, and they will, because it'll make them buckets and buckets of money, it's going to be fantastic. So we've got it reopened. I'm going to open up Dragalia Lost now, and we should be fine to start all these downloads and updates and all these shenanigans. Psy Games, thank you for being better than some other developers I know so far. The music is also so good. So Dragalia Lost won't work unless you disable, or unless you enable Google Play services. So you can kind of hit enable here, then kind of just close it out and pretend that didn't actually happen. And then we go back into Dragalia. And again, sometimes this takes time to do, and sometimes it doesn't. I don't know why or which makes it act this way, but the first time I did that, I definitely didn't have to do that step here. And we're gonna hit link later. It's very important not to link an account right off the bat because it'll screw up your rerolling. We wanna then hit accept. I'm glad we're hitting all the roadblocks that I randomly hit before, because this definitely shows you guys how to handle that. And then we're gonna hit download, and we're gonna be back once this 1.25 gig is downloaded. And don't worry, you don't have to do this again after. This is the best part about the emulators. You just don't have to do this part again, which is the only way I'm able to reroll due to data limits where I live. So I'll see you guys in about 5 minutes here. Okay, we are now done downloading here. What we're gonna do is make sure you hit manual setup. This is really important because you want this to run as fast as possible. The vocals don't really matter. I keep them on because why not? Also, I should actually keep them off now that I think about it, just in case that takes some extra processing power. This is the important one. We want to go down to good because that definitely speeds up your emulator here. This part doesn't matter. We're just gonna hit next, hit confirm. And we are almost into the game. And we do have to run through this with one instance at a time. And once we get our beautiful emulator set up, from that point on, we are good to go with 5 at once. And I'll show you how that works too. So we're just going to play through the tutorial here. I'm going to fast forward this. And we are now in the beautiful screen. Close that there. And we're just going to spam the screen a little bit. Close that there, go to summon, and this is a guaranteed 4-star summon here. I'm honestly not sure if you can get a 5-star from this. I doubt it. Usually you can't, but you never know. I also don't know who's good yet. I don't think anybody really knows. There's a couple that are... Oh, she's... or is that a Kai? I can't even tell. There's a couple that are fantastic. Like we know Nefaria is really good, at least for the start. So we'll close that there. We'll go to teams. We'll hit optimize here at the bottom. Hit next, hit closed, hit optimize, hit confirm. Then it's gonna make us do 1 or 2 more things. We'll click through this, go back to home. Close that, and now we're going to be able to go to the home screen here with quests, and we're almost there. We're at the last stretch. Click on that there, close here, and we are free. So the first thing you want to do is hit more on the bottom here. You want to go to friends. You want to go to helper settings. And once you go into this window, that triggers the quest. So we just hit home in the bottom left again. You want to click this icon in the middle, the page with the red on it. We want to go to normal, hit accept all, close, close. We want to hit the present in the top right, accept all, get some quality honey. We want to go to no limit, and this is your pre-order bonus. I'm not sure how long these are going to be here for. I hope for a long time for rerollers' sakes. And now we're at our 3,125 Wormite, I think that's what it's called, and this is where you're done re-rolling. It's just time to roll. And the animations are pretty cool in this game. From what I can see, there are upgrades, so if you see a 4-star pop out, I think it can still turn to 5-star. So we see gold there on our circle, so we didn't get a 5-star in here. We only got 1 gold, so I'm just going to skip through. And it's also possible that the last one turns into a 5-star, I think. So that's a pretty bare minimum roll. So we're going to do another roll here. Give us the purples or the rainbows. Ooh, so we got at least 1 rainbow here. Yeah, so we got 1 rainbow. You can see it there. Go through, see which one it is. It's probably going to be a card like it always is. Ooh, it's a dagger of some sort. So that's a 5-star we got. We're just going to skip through again, and you can see we got our 5-star here. This is Ezzeleth, right? Yeah, this is Ezzeleth there. Awesome, that's the focus rate bonus up right now. So now we're done with this account here. So we're not happy with just Ezzeleth there, so we're going to close it up. So next part is kind of tricky. We need to go to settings up here. We need to go to settings again. We need to go to basic. We need to enable root permission again. We're going to restart now. And again, you only have to do this once. You'll see after we get this set up how easy it is to really get this done. Okay, so we're going to go to system apps here. We're going to go to file manager. We're going to go into the options at the top left. We're going to hit the cogwheel at the bottom. We're going to hit general settings. We're going to scroll down for access mode here. And we're going to do root access mode. We're then going to close it and reopen it just to be safe here. We then need to go to data. We need to go to data again. We need to scroll all the way down to the bottom here. All the way down to the bottom. Find com.nintendo.zaga. We then need to go to shared preferences and delete device account here. So click on it, hit delete, and that's one of the 2 files we need to delete. So the next step here, we're going to click these bars at the top. We're going to go to internal storage. We're going to go to Android. Then we're going to go to data. Then we're going to go to com.nintendo.zaza. Then we're going to go to files. Then we're going to find uuid.bin, and we're going to delete the heck out of that file. Easy peasy, all done, lemon squeezy there. So next step here, we're going to go to menu. We're going to go to settings. We're going to go back to basic. We're going to disable root permission again. And then we're going to restart later. So this is now your base instance. Never touch this instance, never load it up. It is your safety save, if you want to call it that. So we're going to name it Mango Strats because that's what these are. And from here, we're going to hit Mango Strats. We're going to hit batch at the bottom. And this is going to differ depending on your PC. I'm going to do batch clone 5 players. And that'll make 5 instances of this for me. You can also go to optimization here, change your optimization around. Change how many batches you do at once. There's a ton of different things to do. But instead, we're just going to let these go. It takes 10 to 20 seconds per instance here. And we'll just wait a second. I'll be right back when they're done. Okay, we are done this here. So what you want to do now is you want to click on this. These are your 5 new instances that you just cloned. And we want to do a batch here. And we're going to do start selected. So this does take a second here. I'll start moving them onto the screen. Go. Okay, so we have them all open here. What we're going to do, we're going to hit these 3 little bars here, and we're going to go to Operation Synchronize. And this comes up here. It loads up all of your other processes. And this is going to be your control one over here. Then you just hit start. And you can see the synchronization comes up on here. And we're just going to click on Dragalia Lost, and it clicks all of them at once, which is just beautiful. And again, this does take a second to load, especially when I'm recording like I am now. So we just give it a second and they'll all show themselves, don't worry. So they're all getting set up here. One's a little slow. This one took like 20 seconds longer than the other. Kind of funny to watch them race. So we're gonna go on our control one here, hit link later. Again, it closes everything. We can hit accept. Tap to start here. Tap again sometimes it doesn't register. And we are almost in the game. We are almost there. So we're in game now. As you can see, we can hit skip on the bottom here. It all registers on all of them. Hit proceed. And I might lose sync in them, but it's no problem. We can fix that. So I do this again. Ooh, this is running really bad while we're recording, so I hope this works out. As you can see, a couple are lagging behind, but it's fine. Once I get to the areas, I just start clicking out. And because the one on the left is lagging behind, what we can do is control it manually. And that allows us to just control the one. No problem. And then the others can catch up. It doesn't go this bad when I'm actually just doing it myself without recording. So then we can go over here. We can get everybody into the same wall. Start moving up. Everybody hits the cutscene except for that one, but it's okay. He'll get there. He'll get there. Just having a hard time today. And then we'll hit skip again, proceed. And as you can see, we're super fine here. Everything is going well. We can keep them mostly synced. If anything unsyncs here, we can just resync them and we can click on that individual instance to catch up. And then we can start running ahead. So this guy in the back is having a problem. I think it's a little slow. Okay, that's it. That's it. And this one too. But as you can see, we are super set, and the less instances you use, the better this goes, because you don't have as much frame rate drops and everything. But there you go. That's how you do this. And when you're done with these 5, you do your rolls, then you just close them all out at the end and load 5 more new instances, the exact same thing we did before. So there you go. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe. As always, I'm going to be streaming this all day today, probably all day tomorrow as well on Twitch TV. The link is in the description below. And I'll be giving away accounts too. So if you're interested in some account giveaways, there you go. So have a wonderful day. Bye, everybody.